Morning, children. Today we are going to start Life Skills Grade 6, Chapter 3, The Judgment Day. A gun is judged by its firing ability, not by its bullets. It is rightly said. If we have a gun, a fully loaded gun, and we cannot fire from this gun, then that gun is of no use. It is waste. The gun is useful only if it has the ability to fire properly. Similarly, if a person says that he is a knowledgeable person, but he cannot implement his knowledge, then it is of no use. It is waste. The value corner of the chapter tells us justice and prudence. The moral values we are going to learn from the chapter are justice and prudence. Justice, you all know, it means just, and prudence means wisdom, sensibility. What is written in the self-check? Most of the times, we become judgment about others without checking our own abilities, without checking our own takes. So always, before checking others, we should see ourselves. We should estimate ourselves. Where do we stand? Then we start judging other people. Let's start the chapter, children. The chapter is a very word-reading chapter. It is going to tell us about the values of justice and prudence. And before starting the chapter, I would like to share one thought with you. It is said, children, where justice is denied, where ignorance prevails, where people are made to feel victimized, there neither society nor property can be safe. So let's start the chapter. Long, long ago, there lived in a village a man named Danny. The people of his village were loving, caring, and friendly. They led a pious and virtuous life. Pious means a kind of religious, God-fearing, and spiritual life. Virtuous life, good life. Only Danny was a troublemaker. He was forever teasing someone or the other. There was one more villager. His name was Danny, and he was always trying to trouble other villagers from his tricks, from his false assumptions. A villager by the name Venki lived in the same village. One day, Danny, that troublemaker, said to that simple villager, Venki, "Remember, you borrowed 10,000 rupees from me. Return it now." Hearing this, pious and virtuous Venki got very scared. "I haven't borrowed anything from you. Why are you saying so?" Danny replied, "Just a month back, I had a dream in which you asked me for a loan." See, children, what Danny is saying. He's saying that I had a dream. I saw in dream that you asked money from me and I gave you money. I lent you 10,000 rupees in the dream. And that he is going to claim that money only which he lent to Venki in the dream. How unreal he is. He's saying that I lent you 10,000 rupees. Perplexed Venki. He is very confused, astonished. How can Danny say so? That I borrowed money from him in the dream? Perplexed Venki approached the village court with his problem, where the judge was a very wise, sensible, prudent, knowledgeable man. He said to Venki, who said to Venki? Judge. When Venki went to the judge to share his problem with the wise man, the judge said, "Don't worry, come and attend the court meeting after 2 days." 2 days later, the folks of the village, the people of the village were seated under a banyan tree to attend the court meeting. The jury members sat on a raised platform. The judge said, "Bring a large mirror and place it in this court." A large mirror was brought and propped against the banyan tree. As judge ordered, villagers, they brought a large mirror and stood it by the banyan tree. The judge placed 10,000 rupees in front of the mirror. The judge placed similar amount which Danny was claiming to take from Venki in front of the mirror, that is 10,000 rupees. And he called for Danny. Now he called out Danny. He said, "Venki borrowed the money from you in a dream, right?" Venki said, "Right, judge." The judge said, "All right. Then that unreal money that you took, that you are claiming to take from Venki, you take it here." The judge said, "All right. There is a mirror. In front of this mirror, 10,000 rupees are kept. Take the money. As you gave unreal money to Venki, in the same way, you take this money from the mirror." All the villagers were astonished at the wise judgment of their judge. Danny also stood ashamed. All people were astonished to see the sensibility of their judge. Danny was also ashamed for his trickery because he knew very well that he was trying to cheat the simple Venki. He hadn't lent any money to Venki, still he was claiming to take money from a poor fellow. Venki was relieved to be free of the problem, and villagers appreciated their judge, their wise and prudent judge. So in this way, the judge solved the problem wisely. He said to Danny to take the money that he assumed to be lent to Venki in mirror. It was known real situation only that he had created in his dream. Similarly, the money he received back was also not real. It was an unreal situation. So children, we should never behave like this. We learn from this chapter that we should always be honest and trustworthy. If we want our society to be fruitful, to be happy, to be blessed around us, we should always remain just and wise. As I told you in the beginning, where justice is denied, there neither society nor property can be safe. So, prudence, honesty, these are the necessary ingredient of all the virtues. And we should always try to inculcate all these virtues in ourselves. Only then we can be the useful member of our society. Thank you, children.